But I want to continue to sound the bell here about Georgia. And that the state legislature or somebody needs to get on the ball now. And if they have, I'm not aware of it. These two races coming up. Now, Tom Tillis has been called because Cal Cunningham conceded, and the race in Alaska has finally been called. So now
finally?
we're at 50.
Alaska, finally?
So we're now at 50.
What took so long? Wasn't he at 64%?
Yeah.
What took so long?
For 8 days, he was up 60.
I guess they were going to shut the machines and flip some votes.
Yeah, it was frozen, the elect.
Yeah. So they've called both of those races, so now we're at 50. So now we're down to we got to split, win both, or split to get to 51. And if you lose both, it's 50-50. But, of course, Joe Manchin's been out there saying, I'm not voting for any of this crazy stuff. So take it for what it is. There's an article that came out, Jordan Davidson, who was a writer over at The Federalist, and Georgia legislature should convene and ban mail-in voting for runoff elections. Let's do this now. Let's not go in blind and not know what the playing field is. Everybody should know what the playing field is going in and what's going to be accepted and what's not. She writes, Americans were denied the privilege of knowing who won the election on the same day that many voted due to a combination of delayed mail-in ballots, voter fraud, and other election violations popping up all over the country. While we await pending litigation in many key states, state legislatures in Georgia have a unique opportunity to step in and assure swift and fair practices in the critical upcoming runoff elections in January. All eyes turn to the Georgia Senate seats where two Republican incumbents and their challengers will face off in January to decide if the GOP's majority in the Senate will prevail. Democrats are quickly pouring more money and resources into the Peach State with the hopes that they could possibly unseat two Republican senators and take control of the Senate. Just days after the runoff elections became imminent and hours after the media projected former Vice President the winner, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said, now we take Georgia and we change America. If successful in replacing both Senator David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler, Democrats will likely spend the next 2 years weaponizing the Senate to defund the police, pass the new Green Deal, raise taxes on working Americans, undo coronavirus economic recovery plans, strip protections for unborn babies, and other insane policies that at least half the country disagrees with. The risk posed by this threat against Perdue and Loeffler is high, and as I wrote in a previous piece, must be addressed by conservative leaders now. Georgia is ripe with Republican officials who hold the state government in a GOP trifecta, with the ability to mitigate the risk by banning the use of mail-in ballots in the runoff election through a special convention in the state legislature. Georgia's Republican-controlled legislative body and Republican Governor Brian Kemp not only have the ability to call a special session to discuss and pass legislation to address the issue, but also maintain a veto-proof supermajority in both the state House and the state Senate if all of the GOP members vote to mandate only in-person voting for the runoff election, which is absolutely what they should do. Make a level playing field now so everybody knows what the deal's going to be, so everybody votes in person. Directing Georgians to vote in person for the runoff election will ensure that the results can be tallied in a timely and accurate way and prevent the administrative mistakes and fraud that's susceptible that comes with mail-in ballots. Mail-in balloting was necessary for the November 3rd election, some argued, because of the pandemic. These fears peddled by the left in the media that millions of Americans might be risking contracting it. So, of course, now with the crowds we've seen, we know that's out the window here. All of them celebrating Biden's win or supposed win. So in Georgia, with the hot weather, we should all be able to vote in person. And the legislature in Georgia and the governor should get on top of that right now.